With Life is Strange Double Exposure releasing very soon, I decided to get the Platinum Trophy from every single Life is Strange game. There are 4 in total. One is Life is Strange, then Before the Storm, and after that there are Life is Strange 2 and True Colors. Released back in January 2015. Almost over 150,000 people have earned the Platinum Trophy, and in this video I'm going to become one of them, adding our trophy count to a total of 61 trophies across the game. In the first game I need to play through all the 5 episodes and get all the collectibles, which are Polaroid photos. We start as Max, where she wakes up in a storm where she is trapped and sees a lighthouse. On the way to the lighthouse, she sees a tornado about to destroy Arcadia Bay, and then she suddenly wakes up in her classroom. This is where we get introduced to some important characters like the bully Victoria, the bully victim Kate, and the teacher Mr. Jefferson. He asks Max a question and she got it wrong.
You either know this or not, Max.
After the lesson, she went to the table where I could get the first collectible. Here we go, the first collectible. My macro eyes. Haha. There we go. Our first bronze trophy, macro eyes. Now she's heading to the bathrooms. This is where she sees the blue butterfly. And everyone who watched the Ashton Kutcher's Butterfly Effect movie knows that shit is about to get real. We are seeing how a boy and a girl with blue hair having a serious conversation, where suddenly the girl gets shot. And this is where Max tries to interfere and suddenly wakes up in the classroom again.
What the fuck? How can that be?
Everything is repeating again, and this is where Max freaks out and accidentally broke her Polaroid camera. And at the same time, she learned that she can reverse time. This time she has the correct answer, and she went immediately to the bathrooms. And this time she rescued the girl by pressing the fire alarm.
No way!
Don't ever touch me again, freak!
Now she's outside. Here she went to photograph the statue and the tree flip. Here we go. On the way to get Warren's flash drive, Max took some photos for the next trophies. We finally did it. Red eye, there we go. Now we can go inside her room. Okay. Here we go. Cool. Oh, snap. There you go. Focus. There we go. After picking up the flash drive, she went on her way to deliver it to Warren, and on the way she could collect 2 more Polaroid pictures. Hell yeah, zoomed in.
It's not a dirty window unless somebody writes "clean me" on it.
So there we go. Huh? Focal pointed, yeah. She gave Warren the flash drive, and they had a little small talk, and suddenly Nathan came to threaten her because of the incident in the bathroom. And this is where suddenly the blue hair girl is coming to rescue her, and it turns out that they already know each other's.
Max? Chloe?
No way. You again.
Warren!
Go! I got this!
Oh, damn.
Max?
Get your punk asses out of there now! Don't even try to run! Nobody messes with me! Nobody!
What a psychopath. They went to Chloe's home, and they had a really deep talk how their life has changed since Chloe's dad died in a car accident. Chloe was mad at Max because she left her when she needed her the most. Then Chloe told her about Rachel, that she is missing since 6 months. They had a good time, but not for long, and then her stepdad was control freaking her again, where we need to hide in the closet. And this is where Max sees how he slaps Chloe in the face. Chloe wants to sneak out of the window with Max to show her a cool place. At the lighthouse she could take the final photos. One is a bird standing on a rock, the other one is Chloe sitting on a bench. Hell yeah. At the lighthouse, Max had suddenly a vision that the tornado is going to wipe out Arcadia Bay, and she told Chloe, and suddenly some snowflakes are dropping down. And this is how episode 1 ended. In episode 2, life is still strange, Kate is still depressed, and we need to bring her book back. And here I could get the next collectible. Here we go, field of view. And now Max head to the diner to get breakfast from Chloe's mom. And on her way, I could get 4 more collectibles.
Makes me feel 13 again.
Compressed. In the diner, Max showed Chloe that she can rewind time, and they decide to go to the junkyard where Chloe wanted to shoot some bottles. And at the junkyard, I've collected some more collectibles. Dynamic range. At the junkyard, we get introduced to Frank, who is a drug dealer. And Chloe owes him some money, so he took her gun and told Chloe he wanted his money until Friday or else he would tracking her down. Now Max is back in school, and in her classroom I could get the next photos. Middle in the lesson, someone told that something crazy is going down at the girl's dorm, and here we see that Kate is taking her life.
No, Kate!
Wow. This is where we need to tell the principal that Nathan was the reason why she took her life, and that's how he got suspended.
Ever. See you in court.
Max and Warren are talking about Kate, and suddenly a clip started. And the episode ends with a dark room with some red folders with the name Kate and Rachel on it, who is the missing girl they are searching for. Out of time. There we go. In episode 3, Chloe wanted to show us something, and we needed to meet her at the campus. On my way, I've collected 2 more photos. We meet up with Chloe, and she wanted to break into the principal office to find more clues if Kate and Rachel are connected. And on the way to the principal office, I've collected 3 more photos. In the principal office, we found some files which gave us some more information about Nathan and that David had some kind of connection. This is where we decided to go through David's files in the garage. So we went back to Chloe and spent the night. And in the morning, I've collected the next 2 collectibles. In the garage, we found some files about Kate and Rachel with Frank. This is how we all came into an argument with David, and Chloe's mom decided that David should go to a hotel. We went to the diner so we can go into Frank's RV to find some information about Rachel. Here I could get 2 more collectibles. In Frank's RV, we found some pictures from Rachel, and Chloe felt betrayed from Rachel. And she said this is all her father's fault because he died, and then she dropped off Max at her school. Max felt so bad for Chloe that she looked at an old photo from then before her dad died, and she traveled back in time where the photo was taken. Here I need to take a photo for the last collectible in this episode. Now Max changed the timeline, one where Chloe's dad is still alive, but that has changed many other things in her life as well. One of them is Chloe in a wheelchair. In episode 4, Max changes the timeline again to repair everything back to normal, and this is where we got our next collectible. We went into the garage where we find some coordinates, and this is where we are going to search Nathan's room for more information. On the way to school, I've collected some more photos. In Nathan's room, I found a phone, and then Frank wanted to meet up with us to get his money, so on the way to Frank, I've collected the next photo. With all the clues we could gather, we found out that Nathan's family had an old barn. So we headed to the barn, and at the barn I could collect 2 more photos. Okay, manually expose. Underneath the barn is a hidden room, and we found all the red photos, including Kate's, Rachel's, and Victoria's. This is where we found out that Rachel is dead and where she's buried at the junkyard. Now Chloe just wants justice for Rachel, so we went to the Vortex Club party to confront Nathan. In the Vortex Club, I've collected the last 2 photos from episode 4. We only found Victoria and no sign from Nathan, so Max warned her that she needs to watch out for Nathan because he is dangerous. After that, she got a text message from Nathan that there won't be any evidence left after he is done. This is where we rushed to the junkyard to stop it. And at the junkyard, the big plot twist came, where Mrs. Jefferson shoots Chloe and sets Max on the drugs, which unlocks me the next trophy. In episode 5, we find ourselves in the dark room, and Mr. Jefferson told us what really happened with Rachel. He told her that he would kill her, and she asked him for one favor: to see her diary, which is full with photos, so she can travel back in time to the beginning from the game to change everything so Chloe won't die. And in the classroom, I needed to talk with Kate to cheer her up to get the next photo. The story is kind of repeating all the time, except with some differences, until we found the perfect timeline, which unlocks me some collectibles. Night vision. Ching. There we go. Blow up. Iris. Sensor. On display. There we go.
Just imagine if we were in that dark room together.
Light meter. Yo, that, if that's true, that's sick as hell, man. There we go.
I'll always be with you. Forever.
Polarized. There we go. Game is over. What a great game. What if? Yes, what if? Released back in August 2017, almost over 74,000 people have earned the Platinum Trophy, and in this video, I'm going to become one of them. Adding your trophy count to a total of 35 trophies across the game. I need to play through all the 3 episodes and get all the collectibles, which are graffitis. We start as Chloe, who wants to go into the mill to watch the show from the band Firewalk. At the mill, I could collect the first 2 collectibles. At the show, Chloe came into a fight with some 2 douchebags, and here came Rachel to save her. After the show, we wake up in Chloe's room. This is where she rips down her Let's Childhood poster, which unlocks me the next graffiti.
Steve Jobs.
The last unicorn, hell yeah! Now her mother wanted Chloe to help David before he is driving her to school, and this is where she is throwing her next graffiti in his toolbox. After the argument with David, Chloe arrived at school. Here she did her next graffiti.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Rock Idol!
Principal.
In front of the school, we see how Nathan is getting bullied from Drew. And Chloe helped him out, and Nathan's just ungrateful. And Rachel took Chloe with her, and here I could get the next graffiti.
Just keeping it real.
Rachel wanted to skip school with us and show us a place, so we went on the train near at the junkyard from the first game. In the train, I've done the next graffiti. Mulligan's you. We arrived at the park, and here Rachel wanted to play a game with us, but before we played the game, I got the next graffiti. Now we played the game, and suddenly we see a couple that are kissing, and Rachel's gotten upset and pretty angry, and she let it all out at Chloe. We went afterwards to the junkyard, and Rachel was still upset, and she started a fight with Chloe and went home. This is where we need to destroy some objects in the junkyard with a baseball bat, and here I could get the next graffiti. Here we go. Face you, angel. Fell asleep in the junkyard. She has a dream sequence with her dad. This is where we could get the next graffiti. Lucid riding, hell yeah. Chloe waked up and went back to the park where she finds Rachel. Rachel explains to us what really upset her. And we find out that the couple that were kissing was her dad who was cheating on her mother. And this is where she burned the picture. Woo! Let it out, girl. Awake the heart. In episode 2, we are in the principal office because we skipped school the other day. And this is where Chloe get expelled from Blackwell. And at Blackwell's parking space, I've done the next graffiti. Oh, stage handwriting. Hell yeah. At the parking space, David and Chloe's mom tell Chloe that David will move in. And this is where she ran off to the junkyard to meet up with Rachel. Here she finds a junk truck and she's searching for some parts. And here I could get some graffitis. Here we go. Cannon wall. Frank wanted to meet up, so he came to the junkyard. This is where Chloe sees the woman who was kissing Rachel's father. In Frank's RV, she asks Frank who she was, but he doesn't tell her, and here I could get the next graffiti. Wish list, there we go. Chloe asks Frank why he wanted to meet up with her, and he says that his boss ordered him to get the money from Drew. It would be easier for her to get to the campus without any problems. If she helps him out, she won't owe him anymore and she would get a 10% cut off the money. On her way to find Drew, I could get 3 graffiti.
They're just...
In Drew's room, I need to crack the code for his box, which is his birthday date, 12/27. Here I found the money Frank needs, but suddenly Drew and his little brother comes in, and they are hiding from Damon, who is also Frank's boss. Drew says we need to stay in here and do not come out no matter what happens. This is where Drew is getting beat up from Damon and he broke his knee as a reminder. After everything is clear, Chloe opened the door and Drew was grateful that she protected his little brother for not opening the door. Then Chloe gave Drew his money back and he said that his dad really needs this money. After that we went to Rachel's stage play and here I could get the next graffiti. Ah, Vanity Fair, hell yeah! After her stage play they decide to run away from home. So we went to Rachel's house so she can pack her bag. But on the way Chloe wasn't sure if Rachel is taking this serious with her. And this is how they kissed for the first time. After the kiss, we arrived at her home where Rachel went upstairs to pack her bag. And downstairs I could get the next graffiti.
Good.
Creature future. Rachel's parents wanted to eat dinner with us. And at the dinner table Rachel was calling her father out for cheating. And this is where we are getting the truth that the woman who he was kissing was Rachel's biological mom. And that's how episode 2 ends. And oh wonder. In episode 3, we learned that Rachel's mom preferred the money and drugs over Rachel, and that her dad don't want Rachel to meet her mom to protect her. Rachel went into her room, and this is where Chloe tries to cheer her up. And in her room, I've collected the next 2 graffitis.
That's the one.
Chloe tells Rachel that she will ask a friend to help finding her mom. The next day, Chloe called Frank if he could tell her where to find Sarah. He wanted us to meet up at the junkyard. After the call, I've collected the next 2 graffitis. Peer review.
Hitting on shit.
At the junkyard, Chloe is continuing to repair her truck while waiting for Rachel and Frank to come by. Here I could get the next graffiti. Spit take. There we go. Rachel arrived and so was Frank, but Frank didn't come alone. He brought Damon with him, and a big fight started where Rachel got stabbed from Damon, and Chloe needs to rush to the hospital. In the hospital, I've collected 2 graffitis. Hello, nurse.
I'll need my forceps
Vending machine.
to
There we go.
extract this baby Ruth.
Chloe first visits Drew, where I could get another graffiti. Rachel gave us the code for her father's office to get more information about her mother. Here I could get the next graffiti. Drunk drawer. Hell. Here I found a phone with Damon's number on it. And that they are having some kind of deal. We texted us that we should meet up at the mill from the beginning of the game. At the mill I could pick up a knife. Behind me was a wall where I could scratch Damon's name out, which unlocks me the next graffiti trophy. Ooh, messed up. Chloe arrived and she's listening to what Damon is saying to Sarah. And we find out that Rachel's dad was paying Damon to overdose Sarah. This is where Chloe interferes. But Damon knocked her down to the ground and gave Sarah the dose, and then Frank came to help and Chloe faints. She wakes up and Sarah was sitting there and said Frank took care of Damon, and that Chloe should not tell Rachel that she found her. I told Rachel the truth, which is actually the non-canon route, and we see some time jumps. And in the end we see the dark room with Rachel's phone where Chloe already tried 70 times to call her. Bring on the storm. Released back in September 2021, almost over 40,000 people have earned the Platinum Trophy, and in this video, I'm going to become one of them. Adding our trophy count to a total of 41 trophies across the game. I need to play through all the 5 chapters and get all the collectibles, which are memory cracks, and a handful of miscellaneous trophies. We start as Alex, where she leaves a foster care group home after 8 years, to reunite with her brother Gabe in Haven Springs. When she arrives, Gabe shows Alex around Haven. Alex meets flower shop owner Eleanor and her granddaughter Riley. Then she meets Gabe's girlfriend, her son Ethan, and park ranger Ryan and radio DJ Steph, reprising her role from before the storm. After that, she meets the local bar owner Jed, who is Ryan's father. While Gabe shows Alex his apartment and offers it as a gift to her, they get interrupted by Mac, who wrongfully believes Gabe is having an affair with his girlfriend Riley and attacks him. The altercation causes Alex's emotion to snap, resulting in her beating up Mac to defend Gabe. Ooh! What the hell?
Alex, stop! Stop!
Gabe tries to stop Alex and she accidentally hits him in the face. This is when Gabe needed some time to think about what just happened. Now I could get the first 2 memory collectibles. Hold on, I can... Ah, okay.
But it looks like Mr.
Crack. There we go.
I'm working on her interview.
L2 and
Right, I'm
a
telling
letter
you,
to Riley.
his story-
Alex is unpacking her stuff to move in her new apartment, and she finds under her bed a surprise gift from Gabe, which is a guitar, and she starts to sing "I'm Just a Creep."
You in the eye, you're dressed like an angel.
Alex went downstairs to the bar where she could meet Gabe's girlfriend Charlotte for the first time. Jet gave us a job, and this is where we need to clean up the tables, and here I could get the next memory collectible. First we need to do the business card, and that's the trophy. Officer Fish! Alex needs to take some orders, and this is where she gets introduced to Ducky and Typhon's operation director Diane Jacobs. After taking the orders, we talked to Mac and he wants us to lie to Riley. When Riley came, we definitely told her the truth, which ends up with a breakup, and then we met Deputy Sheriff Pike. After the conversation, Gabe came back and he wanted to talk with us on the rooftop. He asked her what's wrong, and she explained to him that she has psychic empathy powers that allows her to read and manipulate emotions, which she perceives as colorful auras to physically see how others feel around her at the cost of being affected by their emotions. Gabe told her that he believes her and that she has superpowers, but she denied it and said it's more a super curse. Later, Ryan informs them that Ethan has gone missing. The three search the forest for Ethan, and Gabe calls Typhon to cancel a scheduled blast in the nearby mountain. Here I could get the final two collectibles from chapter 1. Head count.
I got you.
Here we go. Phone. It's just
okay?
called phone. They finally found Ethan, but they needed to help Ethan to get across, and Alex rescues Ethan. But the blast goes off anyway, and the resulting landslide knocks Gabe into a canyon, plummeting to his death. And that's how chapter 1 ended. I saw I could hunt the monster. Yo, what? In chapter 2 we have Gabe's wake, and this is where Ryan told that they ignored Gabe's call, and then Meg told it was his shift and that nobody called. This is where Ryan got pretty damn angry at Meg for lying, and Alex didn't believe Meg as well. After the wake, I could get the next 3 collectibles.
You could stay here too.
I had an incredible mom.
Now is the first time where I can explore Haven, and here I could get the first 2 miscellaneous trophies, one for helping a woman to find her bird, and the other one for telling a guy where his missing dog Chrissy went.
Seriously?
Here we go.
Hey.
Then I could get the 2 fighter collectibles. One's in Charlotte's shop, and the other one's in the flower shop.
Leave her like this. First of all,
Attempting to find answers about the circumstances around Gabe's death, Alex uses her powers on Mac. She discovers that Mac attempted to act on the call, but his superiors at Typhon overruled and let the blast go off. Typhon is now actively covering up their role in Gabe's death and pursuing him to keep quiet. Alex called Ryan if they could meet up. They meet up in the mountain where Gabe died. And here Alex and Ryan got close, and she had for the first time a new aura, which were pure joy. We are coming to the end of the chapter where everyone said farewell to Gabe. At the start from chapter 3 I could get 1 collectible and another miscellaneous trophy.
The hell am I gonna do with a jacket that says Hell Divers on the back?
After enlisting the aid of Ryan and Steph, Alex turns her attention to Diane and steals her USB drive. But it needs a passcode, so Ryan decides to bring the USB to Riley, and then the LARP started. This was probably the coolest part from the entire game. Alex and Ethan needed to defeat a dire wolf played by Ryan. After defeating the wolf, I could get the next 2 collectibles.
Is for. Maybe it unlocks something in one of these.
I swung over the top once.
I just haven't slept.
In the Black Lantern, the story goes on for Ethan, but we could collect the 2 last collectibles from chapter 3. The first one was on the table, and the second one at the record store.
Social mechanics is
After the LARP, Riley gave us a flash drive back, which contains a recording of Gabe's call, and a message from Diane's superior caressing her to ignore the situation and proceed as planned.
They were burying something.
In chapter 4, the spring festival started, and here I could get the 3 collectibles and 1 miscellaneous trophy. The first one is in Alex's apartment. The other 2 are at the spring festival. One is behind the stage and the other one on the stage. Then I needed to help a guy to win the prize for guessing the correct number of the jelly beans in the jar.
The answer is 731.
Now I've collected the last 2 collectibles from chapter 4. One is in the Black Lantern and the other one near the bridge.
Come on, son, get it over with.
I've never missed a spring festival before.
We meet up with Ryan on top of the rooftop from Alex's apartment. Here they kiss each other. Alex is later arrested by Pike for thief and computer fraud, but is released after removing Pike's fear of Typhon with her powers. Later, Jet wanted to know from Alex why she were arrested, and she confessed everything about Typhon and that they are to blame for Gabe's death, and that they are bearing the truth. This is when Jet told Alex he knows why and he will show her. Jet takes Alex to an abandoned mine shaft and confessed that 12 years ago he was fault for the deaths of several miners and he oversaw as a foreman, which caused him to make a deal with Typhon to cover up the tragedy to protect himself and his family. He shoots Alex, causing her to fall into the shaft. Oh my god, what the fuck? At the start from chapter 5, Alex survives the fall, but badly injured. She experienced flashbacks of her childhood showing her mother's death from cancer, her father's abandonment, and her time in foster care. In these flashbacks, we could pick up 3 collectibles, one in the hospital, then one in her old home, and in the foster care.
Gabe?
Searching for a way out, she finds the site where the miners died and discovers a childhood necklace, realizing her father was one of the men killed in the accident.
Dad.
Escaping the mine, Alex barges into the town council meeting and reveals Jet's role in both the miner's disaster and Gabe's death, and Typhon's attempts to cover it up, while Jet and Diane attempt to discredit her. After Steph, Charlotte, Ducky, Eleanor, Pike, and Ryan either support or side against Alex based on her past choices. Alex uses her powers on Jet, resulting in Jet seeing the truth of his actions and confessing to the police, ending Typhon's operations.
Stop.
Oh my god? Now I could pick up the last collectible in the game.
You ever swing a pick before?
And I don't mind long hours.
Following these events, Alex visualizes a conversation with the vision of Gabe and ultimately decides whether to remain in Haven Springs or leave to seek adventure as a musician, either alone or alongside Ryan or Steph.